We've got portal updates, big updates, whether it's Grant Seagren or players coming in for big visits. It's clear Eric Morris and company are swinging big. The only negative is you lost Rodney Fields, man.
You are Locked On Oklahoma State, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma State Cowboys, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes! What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host here. Welcome back into Locked On Oklahoma State, baby, where we're talking about the Pokes on the football side of things today. And we're happy to be doing so, man, because portal season, the official holy grail of the offseason, has begun. And if you can't get excited about that, I'm convinced you don't love football. I said it. You don't have to like it. I get it. It may not be your thing, but it's a part of the off season now. And it's, if you're a fan of sports, even though it's not good for the sport, it's fun as hell to be a part of, especially if you follow it closely like I do, whether that's recruiting, any kind of way I can break down players, right? It's that obsession that I have. So yeah, we're going to dive into that, obviously. And there's some big ones coming to visit. We got 3 I consider major, and then another 3 or 4 I consider to be up for interpretation. But there are a lot of visitors that I've been able to confirm will be on campus in Stillwater. I've got dates for about half. So we'll go into that with some open-mindedness, hopefully, if I can talk right today. This episode of Locked On Oklahoma State is going to be brought to you by our friends. Hey, and we love our friends, man, at FanDuel. Right now with FanDuel, $5 used to make you be able to go in there and say holla. But right now, before tip-off, check the FanDuel app and see what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for making Locked On Oklahoma State your first listen and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We talk about your team, the Pokes, every single day. And check it out, man. It's the #1 sports podcast network in the country right now, right here at Locked On, whether that's over at my spot over at Locked On West Virginia or right here at Locked On Oklahoma State. We're bringing you top-notch content from a daily perspective and kind of what it's like being a fan of a team every single day. And you're riding that roller coaster, and that's what we're doing right now. And as of right now, we're heading towards a peak, right? I mean, we've already hit one big loop and came down when Drew Mestemaker, that reported deal from a couple of days ago. We're waiting for that to become official. Now we're looking for more. Now you hit a little bit of a valley, as we found out before we came on, that Rodney Fields no longer with the program. That hurts. But with the likelihood of Hawkins and company coming in, we knew that you're going to have some losses. And it was clear Eric Morris pushed some guys out, right? Don't think Fields was a guy that you would push out, but I'm imagining you just can't offer him the amount of money he can probably get on the open market. And it could just be a play for leverage. As we know, these days players just use their leverage, whether or not they really need to go in the portal or not. Sometimes they do it just because it's a good leverage play. It's like, why not just use it? I'm going to get more money, or I'm going to get offered a lot of money. And then in some cases you lose your spot and you don't get anywhere. And that's something that a lot of people don't know about that happens to players these days. But let's focus in here as we explain the roadmap to today's episode. So what we're going to be talking about is final thoughts. Tomorrow is Texas Tech. That's going to be a big game for you guys. And while I don't know a whole lot about, I'm learning as we go. Obviously the Big 12 slate hasn't come into play yet. We'll touch on that for just a second. Obviously, if we have time, we may not be able to get to that one today. If not, that's fine. But we're going to be talking about all these portal visitors we have lined up. I think there's at least 6 or 7, and 3 are major. So we're going to be talking about them too. So let's jump straight into it. No further ado, and jump straight in. I think the fair thing to do is start with Grant Seagren. I still think it's funny that he's visiting his own school. That said, January 3rd is the official visit date there. We know everything starts up front. He is the best offensive tackle in the country outside of maybe one player. And so he's a priority. And why wouldn't Eric Morris and company spend money there to keep Drew Mestemaker upright? It's non-negotiable to re-recruit him. I think at this point you have to at least try. Losing him forces Oklahoma State to scramble for answers, right? Because I mean, there simply aren't many players available that are going to do what he can do, and it's something that you have to address. I think number two outside of Mestemaker. Anytime you're rebuilding a team, it's from the inside out. And even though you started with your quarterback, I still think you need to move back towards the inside. So obviously, he is a calm, consistent anchor in pass sets. He's got strong hands, good punch, and an incredible anchor. One of the things I love about Grant Seagren is his anchor. When guys go from speed to power and try to hit him with that bull rush, he's able to anchor in and keep guys from pushing the pocket in. He's also a proven Big 12 competitor and an elite edge protector. So when January 3rd happens, which is just tomorrow, which is basically the opening of the portal, I mean, it's one day in, that tells me they made him an absolute priority. This is a must-win battle for them. I give this a 4 out of 5 priority meter, right? So that's a must-keep is the verdict on him. Moving on, Iverson Hooks. I reported this. I think I may have broken this the other day as the agent reached out to me and told me that he found out I was starting to cover Oklahoma State more. And he reached out and told me that because I had already inquired about Hooks via West Virginia, and I had told there was some interest. And then there wasn't as much as there was with Oklahoma State. And so he reached back out to me and said, "Hey, I heard you're covering Okie State now." And yes, Oklahoma State's pushing hard for him. And so this is the UAB second team American Conference wide receiver from UAB. He's the definition of a ready-made portal wideout. He's big. He brings physicality. He brings confidence. He brings really elite production. And he's the kind of receiver that stabilizes an offense immediately. I'm sure probably playing with Drew Messemaker would be a big part of that. I think he had 72 catches on the year, close to 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns or 7 touchdowns. He's a guy that wins at the catch point. He beats press man coverage and is extremely reliable as a third down target. So he will be visiting on January the 6th, according to my source. And, at the end of the day, this is an immediate offensive help for Oklahoma State. This is not a developmental guy. This is not a guy that's going to come in and you're going to have to wonder, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? No, he's going to play. As a matter of fact, he may be your number one receiver. And so why not bring him in to maybe compliment Mr. Young from North Texas or whoever. And so I have him in the same category as a Grant Seagren, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. What I have on my screen are these orange boxes that I made, and then I just colored them in. Whether it's like, let's say they're 5 stars, 4 out of 5 star priority, right? That they're orange boxes. 4 out of 5 star priority. I think he's a take. And if you can get him, you're ecstatic to be able to do so. He's not the only one, though. You got another receiver coming in, just able to confirm it the day before, right before he comes in on January 5th, Quasi Gilmer. And this is a late ad that changes everything. And it's kind of the tone of this portal cycle. You guys are going out to big-time receivers. Spent the last 2 seasons at UCLA and was slated to be this upcoming wide receiver number 1 for the Bruins this year. In 2 years, he caught 81 balls for 880 yards and 6 touchdowns. And evaluators around the country believe he has a legitimate NFL ceiling. He's a smooth route runner. He's a natural separator. He's got strong hands in traffic. I think he's poised and polished and Power 4 ready. And he's also going to be visiting Arizona State tomorrow, and then Oklahoma State beyond that. So on the 5th. So the list of schools involved are Ohio State, Oklahoma, Baylor, Nebraska, Wisconsin, and Maryland as well. This is OU swinging really big. This is a player that the production only is where it is because he played where he played. Had he played anywhere else, he would be literally probably close to a 1,000-yard receiver. So this is another guy in that Hooks realm. Probably not going to be able to afford both, I would imagine. I mean, unless you guys are just going all in glass cannon on the offense and what Hooks, you want this guy, you want Young. good Lord, surround Drew Mestamaker with an elite offense and year one would be insane. But your defense probably ain't going to be, I don't know, maybe you're just going in all in on offense, but I've got this a 5-star out of 5-star, meter as far as priority. This is a game changer if you land him, right? So got to have it, got to want it. Hopefully you can get him. I mean, you're going to have to compete with the best schools in the country, but certainly there is a potential deal that can be made there, especially when you can dangle, hey, look, we've got the number 2 rated quarterback in the portal. How many guys can you guarantee you're going to play with that's going to make you look good? So that's what I would say if I were, Oklahoma State's camp. And then I would try to come as close to the money as possible. So you're also closer to, his side of the country where he's from rather than some of the other places. Wouldn't be playing in the cold as much as maybe like in Ohio State where Columbus gets bitterly cold, and places like that. So there are some sales pitches you can use in Oklahoma State that you can't use other places. Let's go to break really quick. We have one more game-changing guy. I couldn't get him in before the break. One other big-time cat. So we'll get there in just a second right here on Locked On Oklahoma State. Stick around. And, of course, we can't go anywhere without our friends from Rougiette College. And, look, guys, when it comes to Rougiette, it's a pretty simple thing. Let's talk about something most men don't bring up, and absolutely they should, though. Stress from work, money, and life, right? It just doesn't switch off at nighttime. And when it shows up at the worst possible time, Rougiette Ready is designed to help you take back control. So Rougiette Ready is a next-generation prescription treatment created to support both the brain and the body so you can feel present, confident, and ready when the moment matters. Rougiette Ready combines 3 clinically proven ingredients in 1 mint that dissolves under your tongue so it absorbs fast. The science behind Rougiette Ready stands out because it's 3 clinically proven ingredients, 1 formula designed for both mental and physical readiness, and you connect it with board-certified doctors online. That way, everything ships discreetly to your door. It's easy to understand when you think about it why 150,000 men have made that switch. And listen, most men are ready in about 15 minutes on average, so you can stay present, confident, and control when the moment's right and you're trying to get it on. It's probably something you've been thinking about. And if you have, take the next step. Now's the time. Head to rougiette.com/lockedoncollege. That's RUGIET.com/lockedoncollege to get that 15% off your order for a limited time. You too can be Rougiette Ready, where you feel present, feel confident, and feel ready. Segment 2, we crack a do to get the mouth dryness out and diving back in to one more portal visitor that I consider to be of that elite class or a very good class. Maybe I wouldn't have him where, the other guys are, obviously Seagren, Hooks, and Quasi, but this guy is certainly in a category of a guy that you would probably be starter level, definitely big time rotational guy next year. And that's Dante Levitt from Virginia Tech. He will be visiting as well. And he is a powerful corner. He's got man coverage ability. He's got physicality at the line. He's got length to let Oklahoma State be aggressive defensively. This is a guy if you look on film, he's comfortable on islands. He's physical at the line of scrimmage. And he's got ball skills, which show in phase, in my opinion. And he's a high-end DB. He's got a lot of people pulling for him. He is going to be visiting. I'm trying to figure out exactly what day that's going to be. Should be between now and the 9th, from what I understand, but don't know where he's going to slot in just yet. I do know that Oklahoma State is clearly involved at a serious level here, and I've got this a 4-star out of 5-star. Hard-edged meter here, not hard-edged meter, sorry, priority meter. Hard-edged just for West Virginia's channel. So 4 out of 5 stars for this one too. You got to get some defense in Stillwater, and what better place to start than at corner where you're pretty much depleted. So you guys have, like West Virginia, have lost most of your roster that mattered from last year. And even though neither one of those teams are very good, there are players on each team that you could see that could possibly be a part of the rebuild. In this case, not many sticking around, right? So understandable, but it's still tough to replace these guys. Okay, now we're into official segment 2 territory, and this is how I classify these players. These are depth and rotational players, some development needed, and we have some visit dates as well. Ayo Ajayi, running back from James Madison. This is a guy that was at North Texas at one point in time. His visit will be January 3rd. This is a physical downhill runner with over 2,300 career rushing yards. So this is another guy that can come in that understands the offense, that's been playing on a winning football team, that will be an absolute great ad for you guys. And why not? I think that this is definitely, at least in my opinion anyway, somebody that can also help with that culture, right? Because I think that's really important, man. Something that last year at West Virginia, we just didn't have enough of the Jack State guys and guys that have played for Rich Rodriguez before to really set the culture like I wanted to. And so, well, not like I wanted to, like Rich Rod wanted to. And it kind of showed, right? We had some bad attitudes, and some guys that maybe we wouldn't have brought in unless we were desperate. So I got a text message just now that told me that I wasn't saying the height and weight of these guys. So I'm going to go back up and mention those. You guys know Grant Seagren is 6'6", 315. Iverson Hooks is 6'2", 205. If I didn't tell you guys that earlier, I'm sorry. Dante Lovett, the corner, is 6'1", 190. Quasi Gilmer is 6'1", 200 at wide receiver. So I do apologize. And then the running back here, Ayo Ajayi, is 5'11", 215. So I do apologize for not including that into the list earlier. Sometimes I'll gloss over things. On to another guy. This is an interesting player. This is a wide receiver H-back combo, Cade Wolford from Kent State, 5'10", 185, an explosive, twitchy, hybrid type weapon. And he's a kid that I really like. I went and watched some of his tape. He has a chance to be an impact player for you guys. I really do believe that. Do I think that, it's a big step up from Kent State to Oklahoma State? Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. But on tape, man, there's some things I really like about him. And while he doesn't have a ton of production, you look at him as a running back, he had 12 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown. As a receiver, he had 20 catches for 509 yards and 7 touchdowns. So I think he can do both. And he is an explosive cat, man. Whenever you check him out, it's funny because he's listed as a running back in some, so he's a guy that they really used out of the backfield in the slot. So think 2-back sets with Cade Hawkins and this guy. This guy goes out in motion and gets in the slot. You can put him on linebackers, and man, is he shifty in the slot. As a matter of fact, if I'm bringing him in, I'm removing that running back label from him and making him just a slot guy, because that's what he is to me. I think he's an elite slot guy, just nobody knows about him yet. If you get a chance to go check out Cade Wolford from Kent State, go check out his receiving stuff. If you go look at his running back stuff, you're going to be underwhelmed. 12 carries for 96 yards. There's not enough tape out there. But if you go check out his receiving stuff, oh, that's a different story. And he is elusive. He is shifty. He's really good at the top of his route. He stems well. He's good off the line. Like, he does a bunch of stuff, man, from a wide receiver perspective, albeit at 5'10". But, man, you guys know all about that. We've seen guys in the Big 12, Wes Welker and people like that, and Edelman, that have been around that size. Those guys ain't dead yet, man. I don't know how they're all better to say it, them white boy wide receivers that are really shifty in the slot. Not that it can be any color guy, but you know what I'm trying to say. Those guys that we remember, the Wes Welkers, the Edelmans, those kind of guys. That's what this guy reminds me of, man. He's that kind of dude that you can just set in the slot and then mismatch him on different types of cats, whether that's a nickel, whether that's a safety, what have you, man. This is a kind of dude that I think could really make an impact. So for me, anyways, I like this one. And I didn't include him in the major impacts because even though he's got good numbers, I mean, his receiving numbers are nice. 19 catches and 7 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? That's insanity, dude. So 26.8. I just saw that. 26.8 yards per catch. What? Like, good Lord. Who averages 30 yards a catch? That's insane, man. 30 yards a catch almost. 7 touchdowns on 19 catches and 500 yards on 19 catches. Like, what a dynamo, man. Go check the Cade Wolford out. Big shout out to Kent State, man. They're always putting out legit cats. And I think he's – man, I want West Virginia to get him, to be honest. I love guys like this. I love quick, twitchy, shifty, speedy, mismatchy, those type of dudes. But, I mean, those are some odd stats. You don't see that very much on those few catches. So, yeah, it'd be interesting. I appreciate you guys providing updates in the chat. I'll make another list. I got to take a break after this. I've been here since 9 a.m. I've already done 2 podcast episodes for Oklahoma State and put those up. So if you haven't heard those, you can go listen to them on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. They are previous YouTube videos, though, so you may have already heard them. Now I'm doing this video. I've already done a West Virginia video. I just got to make sure I don't burn myself out, because I love this. It's something I'm very passionate about. I enjoy, talking about the Big 12. I want you guys to succeed. I'm becoming a fan as I do this. Obviously, nothing's ever going to replace West Virginia for me. But at the end of the day, man, I love a lot of the Big 12 schools. And since there's no natural rivalry there, there's no hatred there. You know what I mean? So for me, it's easy to jump in here and root for you guys, especially since it's for a friend, Cody, and all that. So, and don't know how long we'll be here. It could be a month, could be longer. I mean, we may be here a bit. So might as well settle in and start learning what I can about the team. Probably by the end of this, I'll probably be capable of the way I am with West Virginia, which, I mean, yet again, it's every year it's so weird. When I first started doing this, it's like you might have to remember 9 to 10 new names per year, most. And that's if you get graduate transfers and JUCOs, in the summer. Now it's like 19, 40. I mean, last year it was 81. I memorized that whole roster last year, but it took into the spring probably. But when I'm doing updates every day, it makes it easier. But so same thing with this. I should be in a similar boat. Let's go to break really quick. We'll come back. I think we got 1 or 2 more guys to talk about that are visiting, and we will jump straight into that right after the break. Of course, we're talking about our friends at FanDuel right now, and why wouldn't we? FanDuel is really killing it in the world of sports betting right now, and Fridays already feel different during basketball season. And FanDuel is making them even better. Every Friday night before the games tip off, FanDuel gives away fans new ways to kick off the weekend with NBA Happy Hour. NBA Happy Hour is your official pregame, a limited time window where special offers drop right inside the FanDuel app before the action starts. Fridays from 6 to 7:30 Eastern have become appointment viewing with NBA Happy Hour. Upon opening the FanDuel app is really special too, because it gives you the perfect segue into NBA Happy Hour. And it's easy to check the weekly special before tip-off and make a move before the window closes, making the timing pretty good, right? Because right before the game, right before the weekend, it adds extra energy to Friday night basketball without overthinking it. So before tip-off, check the FanDuel app and see what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 Eastern, where you can get a little basketball, a little action, and a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the National Basketball Association. All right, we back. I'm going back to Kelly. All right. So I think we did Io Adeyi, who was a former North Texas player. We did Cade Wolford, who I'm a big fan of now. Jaden Mel Brown. This is another one. Guys, he had a rough year last year. But last year, as he transferred into UConn, we thought he was going to transfer from UConn. Just go put on his tape. If you get a chance to go turn on Mel Brown's tape, you'll be totally blown away. You will be. You guys are very lucky that you're getting him off this year, because the year he had before, let me go pull him up really quick and make sure because I'm doing this from memory, because West Virginia recruited him last year and I wanted him bad. I do remember that. Let me look at his, because I think his 2024 was elite. Okay, yeah, so that's right. 2023 and 2024, he had almost 1,300 yards and 7 touchdowns. On the receiving side, 25 catches for over 300 yards and 6 touchdowns. So in 2023, he had 18 catches for 253 yards and 5 touchdowns, and 113 carries for 629 yards and 5 touchdowns. So last year he did a similar thing, 118 carries, 673, 2 touchdowns, but he didn't do as well on the catches. But UConn kind of took a little bit of a step back. And then last year he only had 32 carries. So I'm assuming he got hurt. So I didn't mean to say last year on the other one. I meant year before last. But I mean, if you turn on his tape, though, it's a totally different. He is extremely explosive, very talented dude, and was a workhorse for them for multiple years now, as you can see. He's a guy I really thought fit well into what Rich Rod does, because we do the tempo, we hand the ball off 70% of the time. And he's very explosive. He's a guy that can take it 70 or 75. He's a bit of a smaller back, but I really like him. 5'11", 210, no nonsense runner. He's got really good in pass pro as well, and he got good pass pro traits too. And then last guy, but not least, you've got Vigur Jean Janot, an offensive tackle out of Tennessee State. He was an all Ohio Valley offensive lineman, 6'5", 310 pounds. His visit date is to be determined, but he's a big-bodied kid, and he's going to be a developmental tackle, I think, but he's got some experience. So this is another one. I got him rated as a 2-star, by the way, so don't get too caught up in him. But I do think he is 6'5", 310, like I said. He's the kind of player that you can definitely use. And then last but not least, and this is a big one, this is one that's also supposed to visit West Virginia, and this is Tristan Exline, All-American linebacker from Division II, UT Permain-Bassin. And so he's a lot closer to where you guys are at 6'2", 235. I've already put his tape on and played it on Locked On West Virginia. He is a classic linebacker, and he had elite production while he was there. So, I would say this. Let me pull up his stats as well. I forgot to include stats on a couple of these guys. Tristan Exline stats. All right. So, he had a really good year there. Let's see. 12. Is that true? Is that right? Let me make sure I'm looking at the right thing here. Last year, career stats, 272 tackles, 39 tackles for loss, 12 sacks, 3 interceptions, 8 passes defended, and 4 forced fumbles, 2-time All-American, and the Lone Star Defensive Player of the Year, and was a Harlan Hill, which is the Heisman Trophy for Division II candidate. So this is a really good player. Don't let the Division II thing fool you. I've spoken with Tristan myself. Big fan of his. I think he's a great guy. I would love to have him in Morgantown, but I totally understand if he comes to Stillwater as well. It's a great option as well. But he doesn't deserve to be last on this list. But I put him last so I could talk about him for a minute. He's the kind of guy, he's athletic. He can run sideline to sideline a little bit, but he's also really good inside the box, and he's got the size at 6'2", 225 to do it. So keep an eye on Tristan as well. He's a fun one for you guys if you get him too. So there's a couple crossover guys here that I've watched from West Virginia that if you guys get, I'll be excited about to see how they do. All right, guys, I would love to stay and chat longer. But, I think I need to go ahead and give my voice a rest, just drink some water and all that too. And maybe some honey. I don't know, but my throat's starting to scratch a little bit where I've been talking for so long today, several hours at this point. So probably need to give her a break, and I'll be back tomorrow for you guys after Texas Tech. The Texas Tech game, we'll cover that here. You guys are killing it in basketball right now. So I'm trying to familiarize myself more with the roster in basketball because I'm going to be covering that too as we go forward. We're going to cover all the sports on here. We'll do baseball. We'll do wrestling. If I'm here, I'll learn it all. So my work ethic is unmatched, I feel like. So I've done 2 videos a day at Locked On West Virginia for almost 2 years. So, and that's 7 days a week. I've only missed because of I had an infection where I had to go in the hospital. And the other time I missed was because I made a mistake and I had to be pulled off the air for a couple of days while we figured it out. So it wasn't because of me. So, it was because of me, but it wasn't because I chose not to. So that's really it. Other than that, y'all, not much else to talk about here. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share so that I can keep my job and keep rooting for Cody and make it back ASAP. And we will talk to you guys later. Make sure you also Locked On Big 12. Drake Toll is killing it over there, as you guys know. At least he's probably has one of the most better performing shows in all of YouTube right now for Big 12 sports. So make sure you keep checking him out. And then the last thing but not least, the Everydayers Club. If you're still watching right now, that means you're a fan of the show. And if you're a fan of the show, no reason you can't be an everyday member. And let's try to get this thing set up for Cody when he gets back. Locked On Podcasts with an S.com/Everydayer Club. I'll put the link in the chat right now. If you can sign up for that, I think it's $5 a month. It's nothing. And, you get access to ad-free audio, which is good. And you also get members perks, like you get to talk to us in the chat. I think you probably even talk to guys like Drake and stuff. I'm not exactly sure how it works yet, so don't hold me on that part, but you'll at least be able to talk to me and Cody. So, all right, guys, I will holler at y'all later. Have a great rest of your day, and go Pokes.